Fearlessness is not something you're born with. It is something you build step by step through deliberate mental training and self-awareness. The truth is, fear will always exist in some form, but what separates confident, high-performing individuals from everyone else is their ability to manage and rise above it. When you begin to understand how your mind works, especially the subconscious patterns that influence your behavior, you gain a powerful advantage. Inspired by the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, the key lies in recognizing that your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are instructions that shape your reality. Every time you repeat a fearful thought, you reinforce it. But every time you consciously choose a thought rooted in confidence, courage, and belief, you begin to rewire your mind in a new direction. This process requires consistency, patience, and intention. You must train your mind daily, just like an athlete trains their body. Start by becoming aware of your internal dialogue. Notice when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to take control, and when negative assumptions begin to form. Instead of accepting these thoughts as truth, challenge them. Replace them with affirmations that align with the person you want to become. Tell yourself that you are capable, that you are prepared, and that you can handle whatever comes your way. Over time, these repeated affirmations begin to sink into your subconscious, gradually replacing fear-based thinking with confidence-driven beliefs. Another powerful technique is visualization. Take a few minutes each day to imagine yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and acting with confidence in situations that once intimidated you. Your mind does not clearly distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences, so this practice helps condition your brain to respond with calmness and control when faced with real challenges. In addition, discipline plays a crucial role in building fearlessness. It is not about waiting until you feel ready. It is about taking action even when you feel uncertain. Each small step forward sends a message to your mind that you are in control, not your fear. Over time, these actions compound, strengthening your mental resilience and reducing the power fear has over you. Surround yourself with positive influences. Consume content that uplifts your mindset and stay committed to your personal growth. Fearlessness is not about being reckless or ignoring reality. It is about trusting yourself enough to move forward despite uncertainty. When you train your mind consistently, you develop a quiet confidence that does not rely on external validation. You become steady, focused, and resilient. This is the mindset of a warrior, someone who does not run from fear, but uses it as fuel for growth and transformation. Building on this foundation, true mental strength begins to take shape when you commit to consistency, because consistency is what transforms simple techniques into lasting change. It is easy to feel motivated for a short period of time, but lasting fearlessness comes from showing up every single day, even when progress feels slow or invisible. The mind responds to repetition, and what you repeatedly think, feel, and act upon eventually becomes your default state. Inspired by the philosophy of Dr. Joseph Murphy, you must understand that your subconscious mind accepts what you impress upon it with emotion and belief. This means that it is not enough to casually repeat positive thoughts. You must feel them as if they're already true. When you declare confidence, you must embody it in your posture, your tone, and your actions. When you visualize success, you must experience it vividly, as though it is happening in real time. This emotional intensity is what signals your subconscious to accept and store these new patterns. At the same time, you must be mindful of what you allow into your mental environment. The conversations you engage in, the media you consume, and the people you surround yourself with all influence your internal programming. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, doubt, and fear-based thinking, it becomes much harder to maintain a strong and focused mindset. On the other hand, when you intentionally choose environments that promote growth, discipline, and positivity, you reinforce the mental habits you're trying to build. Another critical element in this journey is self-trust. Fear often arises from uncertainty and a lack of confidence in your ability to handle outcomes. To overcome this, you must begin to trust yourself more deeply. This trust is built through action. Every time you follow through on a commitment, no matter how small, you strengthen your belief in your own reliability. Over time, this creates a powerful internal foundation that reduces hesitation and increases decisiveness. You begin to act with clarity instead of doubt. Additionally, embracing discomfort is essential. Growth does not happen in comfort zones, and fearlessness is developed by stepping into situations that challenge you. Instead of avoiding discomfort, learn to see it as a sign that you are expanding your limits. Each time you face something that once intimidated you, you weaken fear's grip and strengthen your confidence. This process is not about eliminating fear completely, but about changing your relationship with it. Fear becomes a signal for growth rather than a barrier. As you continue this journey, you will notice a shift in how you respond to challenges. Situations that once caused anxiety will begin to feel manageable, and your reactions will become more controlled and intentional. You will start to rely less on external validation and more on your inner sense of certainty. This transformation does not happen overnight, but with persistence, it becomes your new reality. Ultimately, training your mind is a lifelong practice, but it is one that rewards you with clarity, courage, and the ability to move forward with confidence regardless of circumstances. As this transformation continues to deepen, you begin to recognize that fearlessness is not a loud, aggressive force, but a calm and steady state of control over your thoughts and reactions. It is the quiet confidence that allows you to remain composed in moments of pressure, uncertainty, and challenge. At this stage, your awareness becomes sharper, and you start to notice how quickly the mind can attempt to fall back into old patterns of doubt or hesitation. However, instead of being controlled by these impulses, you now have the ability to pause, observe, and redirect your thinking with intention. This level of awareness is one of the most powerful tools you can develop because it places you in control rather than leaving you at the mercy of automatic reactions. Drawing continued inspiration from the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, you understand that the subconscious mind responds best to clarity and repetition, which means your role is to consistently feed it thoughts that align with strength, courage, and purpose. One of the most effective ways to reinforce this is through deliberate action combined with mental alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions begin to match, you create a powerful internal harmony that accelerates your growth. For example, when you think confidently, feel empowered, and act decisively, you send a unified message to your mind that this is your new identity. Over time, this identity becomes natural, requiring less effort to maintain. Another important realization is that setbacks are not failures, but essential parts of the process. Even the most disciplined individuals encounter moments of doubt, hesitation, or temporary defeat. What separates a strong mindset from a weak one is the response to these moments. Instead of allowing setbacks to reinforce fear, you use them as opportunities to learn, adjust, and grow stronger. This shift in perspective removes the emotional weight from challenges and replaces it with curiosity and resilience. In addition, gratitude plays a subtle yet powerful role in maintaining fearlessness. When you focus on what is working in your life, rather than what is lacking, you create a sense of stability and confidence that supports your mental strength. Gratitude grounds you, helping you stay present and preventing your mind from drifting into unnecessary worry about the future. Alongside this, maintaining physical discipline, such as regular exercise, proper rest, and mindful breathing, further strengthens your mental state as the mind and body are deeply connected. As you continue to train yourself in this way, you will notice that your reactions become more measured, your decisions more intentional, and your confidence more consistent. Fear may still appear, but it no longer dictates your actions. Instead, it becomes a background signal that you acknowledge without giving it control. This is the essence of true fearlessness, not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. You move forward with clarity, grounded in self-belief, and guided by a disciplined mind that you have intentionally shaped over time.